Welcome back, ladies! Or gentlemen, if anyone watching would rather be a bloke. Not for me though, thanks. So, as I mentioned in my last video, and I would highly recommend watching my last video before you watch this one, I said I wanted to split this topic into 3 parts. The first was about why I got into cross-dressing, the next one's about why I carry on being Jessica, but this video is going to talk about how I decided I should get into makeup. As you can see, I've gone a little extra on the eyes for the occasion. Today's look is brought to you by 7 layers of MAC Cosmetics, 4 layers of Maybelline, 1 layer of concrete to help everything set, and 17 destroyed sponges. So I know this video may not appeal to everyone. I know there are a lot of cross-dressers who don't really bother with makeup. Sometimes because it's not easy to get hold of. Sometimes because you're not in a living situation where you can easily get away with it, and sometimes because you only want to wear the clothes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Cross-dressing comes in so many forms, and it's best to stick with whatever makes you comfortable. But if the only reason you don't wear makeup is because you've never tried it or you don't know how to use it, then I'd highly recommend you give it a try anyway. Here's an example. This is what I looked like as Jessica before I started using makeup. I look like a shaved gorilla at senior prom. That dress don't help either. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but you look great without makeup. Wrong. You might think I look good, but I wasn't happy with this look anymore. At this point in my life, 2010, just started university. That's right, I went to university. I'm intelligent, I wear glasses and everything. Anyway, I've been wearing dresses and skirts for about 5 years by this point, and I was also surrounded by friends who all knew and supported it. So for me, it was no longer this taboo act that I had to keep secret. I found myself wearing dresses really often, and honestly, it started to get a bit stale. I mean, I was really happy to be in an environment where I could wear whatever I wanted without fear of exclusion or criticism, but having this opportunity also meant I could push my boundaries further. Also meant being known as the honorary girl of the house, despite the fact that we did actually live with a girl. I don't know if that says more about me or her. Now, this is where Moon comes into the picture. Not that kind of Moon. And no, her real name isn't actually Moon. She does have a real name, but I refuse to use it. I've known her these 8 long years. She helped me with fashion, makeup, and even finding the name Jessica Blaise. She's even one of the groomsmen at my wedding next year. She did say I could be a bridesmaid at her wedding, but I'm not allowed to wear a dress. All the other bridesmaids get to wear dresses. Rude. Now, Moon was one of the first people to know about Jessica, and she was also the one to encourage me to start using makeup. At first, I was really reluctant. I didn't want to waste time, I didn't want to waste money, and this stuff isn't easy to get off. For me, it meant I would have had to schedule Jess around other things again, because I would have needed time before to get it on, and afterwards so I could remove it and make sure there was no trace left. But regardless, Moon still convinced me to try. For me, becoming Jessica now includes using makeup. Jessica was never something I invented because I have an overwhelming desire to be a woman or anything along those lines. Although I think we can agree that women's fashion is so much more interesting than men's fashion. I enjoy being Jessica because it's a unique challenge. At first, that challenge was simply wearing dresses and skirts to break down gender stereotypes, even if I was the only one who knew about it. But once that became easy, makeup was the next challenge. What does concealer do? How do I apply this? Why do I need 6 different brushes? What do you mean this isn't enough brushes? Makeup was something that was both new and exciting to me. Wearing skirts or dresses just by themselves no longer felt like something that was really out of the blue. But with makeup, I could drastically change how I look on a daily basis. And I can change my look in millions of different ways. And yes, it did mean that I had to book out a whole night to do it. And it took 3 times as long just to get everything off and my face clean and looking a little bit like a guy again than it did to actually put on in the first place. But it helped me so much in creating this metaphorical middle finger towards gender portrayal. And I can think of very few things that are more satisfying than finishing off your makeup and being really happy with how you look. And for me, part of expressing my femininity is joining in with some of the other girls while they're doing their makeup, even if I'm not wearing a dress. And this is why I think that if you ever get a safe opportunity to do so, you should definitely try makeup. I'm not saying you have to be good at it, because I wasn't. And I'm not saying you necessarily have to enjoy it the first time, but you can at least give it a try. And that's all for this week. Next week I'm going to dive into the last instalment of this three-parter and talk about why I like to continue being Jessica. But for now, if you like the video, you can hit the little thumbs up just down there. You can subscribe to this channel and keep up to date on all Jessica Blaise related content. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them in any future videos. And I'll see you next week. Toodles. How is this not enough brushes?
Can't look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because